this, okay? If you knee a man in the balls, in the right place, we go down. It just is no man, unless you're one of these.
You knee me in the balls, I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna have the biggest boner. Boner. You don't understand.
Yeah, you knee me in the balls.
I'm so powerful like
love
that.
it.
I love cock and ball torture.
In fact, I
That
cut
have
off
been
my
training
balls
for
so it wouldn't hurt.
years. Can't even produce babies anymore because you get constantly kicked. Till you lose all feeling, you will be dropped. You're full of shit, Tate.
Men are bigger than women. Like, think about it. When two
True.
professional
He's got a
fighters
point.
fight,
Let's
there's
hear
a
him out.
5 kilo weight difference. That's a big deal difference in.
Yeah, in fighting there are weight classes, and women do not fight men. Women do not compete against men in the Olympics. Most people understand that in terms of physicality, often or not, men are usually bigger, taller. That does not make them better because we have a physical advantage. It doesn't mean he'd win in a race against a female.
I mean, look, I think the more interesting conversation here is not to take what Andrew Tate is saying literally and like go through it piece by piece, but to wonder why this bald motherfucker is sitting in his bed fantasizing about killing women. Like, he has so much resentment for women across the board that he's like literally fantasizing about he's fantasizing about like self-defense style situations where like women are trying to kill him.
I mean, he also has like it's like so like perfectly fused with like the most brain dead, like, so he hates materialistic women and everything, and it's like, yeah, he hates himself. Like, he hates all of the, like, he is the most psycho, like zero IQ materialist way of life and everything. I mean, there really isn't, like, it is, I guess, also sort of impressive that it's just like, it seems that a lot of the appeal, at least just from having stared through more of his clips than I thought I would in the last hour or two, is that, okay, he is like speaks with an intensity and a clarity that like can be very, like, I could see how it can resonate or something. But I mean, it does feel also, I guess, like, is there, like, was there any, like, did he have some huge glow up in the last 2 months beyond like saying something, more just people started paying attention that he was saying controversial stuff? Like, what do you think was like the thing that made it change?
He's always been saying like weird shit, but I think what ended up happening is a lot of people started platforming him, like Tom Segura and shit, who were like kind of fascinated with him in the same way that like Chapo is fascinated with like random guys. And he had like a little known presence, but he was like a pet for a lot of people, like a lot of bigger platforms like Tom Segura, right? And what ended up happening is like when he went on there, and then when he went on to like a bunch of other podcasts and stuff, he started getting platformed. And he went on the Hasanabi broadcast where I platformed him the most because I was like, I love what you have to say. Please go on. Tell us more about how women suck. You've boosted Tate's profile so much, haha. No, I did. Yeah, totally. That's exactly what I did when I talked to him and debated him and kind of belittled him and made fun of him. The first kind of pushback he ever got, literally after a couple months of just praise that he got unaddressed, when I didn't even go on his show or anything like that. I literally went on someone else's show that he was being platformed on. Even people who hate you admit you made Tate look stupid. Yeah, I know. Successful pushback too. That's what I was doing. But ultimately, what ended up happening is that a lot of people platformed him. He became like the most trending, most searched person on Google Trends.
Right,
like,
and I saw like there was like the news media that I see also frames him as like a TikTok like it's like a youth culture thing.
And so what ended up happening on the other side is like he always was like popping off with these like punchy clips because he is like somewhat entertaining. Basically, what ended up happening is like he had a pyramid scheme on the other hand on his Discord, like a very active Discord called Hustlers University. Yeah, where for $50 a month, like, which is an insanely high price point, for $50 a month, you get like access to how to do drop shipping and
yeah.
and incredible takes on brilliant fucking takes on cryptocurrencies and shit. Anyway, But that created a lot of accounts, which he himself might have actually juiced up as well. He might have like bought a bunch of accounts and like started pumping clips of him everywhere. And he basically did exactly what Ty Lopez did.
Yeah.
Remember Ty Lopez was his first pop off?
Read a book a day.
Yeah. You remember how he bought like 100, like it was like $1 million
of like Twitter ads or
yeah,
Facebook.
exactly,
everywhere.
So he did the exact same fucking thing, but this time it looked more organic. And then there were a lot of people who were like financially interested in like pumping up the brand of Hustlers University and Andrew Tate as a selling mechanism for Hustlers University because they were getting an affiliate code.
Whoa, so basically it was a pyramid scheme, and the thing that they were selling was this guy's like content brand.
That's how I know this motherfucker never watches my videos, by the way, because I talk about this extensively. When I platformed him and said he's brilliant. Yeah, when I platformed him and actually made fun of him to his face for doing this. But the thing about Andrew Tate that people forget is that he's the kickboxer who's least deserved to become an international celebrity long after his prime. I'm talking pure kickboxing merit. What about Remy Bonjasky? He was amazing. Why don't we make him famous for being himself? Look at Badr Hari. You absolutely need to know your kickboxer to be an insane, dramatic person. Well, here you go. I have no idea who these people are. What a nerd, this fucking Felix guy. Kickboxing nerd, dude. He's a weeb for kickboxing.
A runner. She could whoop his ass. She could be faster. It doesn't really mean that he can beat every single woman on the planet in combat. Like, there are women out there who are probably taller and bigger than him, believe it or not. But stating the fact that, oh, men are stronger, men. What are you trying to prove? What does that mean at the end of the day? We have different fight classes and weight classes in fighting for a reason. It's to keep things fair. We all know this. It doesn't mean men are better than women because we are born with a physical advantage. Women are born with physical advantages such as going through childbirth and their bodies and the stuff their bodies have to go through growing up is insane. Men will never understand what women have to go through growing up, both mentally and physically. Such a stupid argument.
Strength. I will pick you up with one hand by your titty. Body slam.
Okay, like, I mean, he's content. Like, he's such an insane person.
He's so good.
I'll grab you by your titty.
Body slam.
Like, even his, like, busted-ass accent plays a role in him being, like...
It's like Angel Mommy, you know? Like, there's just...
Yes!
It's like there's, like, this uncanny valley, like, quality about him.
But because, like, he's, I guess, like... I mean, he's a little bit more self-aware... And not only that, but also because he like kind of fits the traditional, you know, he's a kickboxer, like, and you know, physically fit guy that it comes in a package that is like impossible to fucking take down almost. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's like Trump. It's just like it's sort of beyond. Like that's his whole thing. Is like it's a sort of some beyond shamelessness, if you can imagine it.
That's what I'm saying. Like if he's a character that is engaging. Oh, he's so engaging. I admit that. He just like I said. That's why I always say like if he was an elaborate character. Like, if this was, like, a long, extended bit, it would be fucking hilarious.
It would be so good. I mean, yes.
Like, if you knew his background and you knew, like, this was just, you know, making fun of this
Sacha
type
Baron
of guy.
Cohen is, like, behind the camera, like, pulling the strings.
Yes, if you looked at a guy like this and you knew that he was making fun of this type of guy, he is, like, such a cartoonish depiction of, like, a deeply insecure guy. It was like, yeah, I'd grab a woman by a titty and fuck her up. I could beat her. It's awesome.
Slam your ass. When I grab you by your neck and you start annoying me trying to resist, and I just and then I grab you by your neck again. Then what the fuck are you gonna do when your face is collapsed?
Okay, like his resentment for women is so fucking over. Like it is.
That is. Yeah, that's
like alert the authorities, my man.
Yeah, like
what
seriously,
the fuck?
man. Like in like a if he's like in a Scandinavian country, he's definitely in a facility by now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, a dorm. They put him in a dorm. They're like, here, go ahead.
Yeah, just you know, or they give him like a rubber room with like a fake Twitter.
Yeah, they're just exactly. Yeah, so entertaining Hasan. No, obviously, guys, chill the fuck out. Of course, like this is scary shit. Calm the fuck down. Okay.
Yeah, it's particularly strange sausage casing.
He's like, I hate women. As soon as I crawled out of the womb, I fought my mother. I cut the umbilical cord with my bare hands. That's how much I fucking ride for hating women.
And your fucking cheekbone's broken. You ain't gonna do shit but cry. You're gonna fucking cry your eyes out. Females can't fight. If you're
So what's the advice then, Andrew? What should women do when they live in a world of men like you? What is their only option?
a woman and you're going to any kind of self-defense class, stop. Because all that's doing is giving false confidence bullshit.
Bro, he literally doesn't want women to learn self-defense so he can beat their asses better.
I like the idea of also him being like Andrew Tate telling you about false confidence.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. Well, here's a guy who has too much of it. You know what I mean? Which is, wait, he went on InfoWars? Oh, shut the fuck up.
Man, no.
I mean, you have two masters of the craft at this point.
This is, I mean, and only 2,000 views, that's disrespect.
Yeah, that is, this Andrew Tate in many ways is no different than Alex Jones.
No, they're doing this. He's even dressing like he's like,
Nothing other than a bunch.
He knows how to dress the part.
He's wearing a velour pleaser.
Bro, you got to chill with the imitation. I'm on audio only, and I can't tell what's him and what's you. Don't worry about it. I'm saying the same things that he would be saying. Yeah, no, Okay, let's continue with that.
And next time you're in a situation when you need to run, you're going to start thinking, oh, I know what to do. You're not fucking Steven Seagal. You're a hoe.
Scream and run. Okay?
That will always be able to whoop your ass. And any man who's relatively capable as a man will always be able to whoop your ass, rape you, strangle you, kill you, anything he wants to do. Your only hope as a female is to scream and run. Self-defense classes give false hope to dumb hoes. They should all be outlawed.
Yes.
There you go, ladies.
Cool idea.
It's hopeless. You are going to be attacked. You are going to be raped. You are going to fall victim to these guys that feel like they can overpower you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Words of the G. It's just, it's just so upsetting that this right now is the pinnacle of the internet. If women want to go out there and learn to fight, they can fight. Simple. And like I say, someone is a fighter, you don't half sound like you've never fought in your life. Often treats.
Honestly, I think aesthetics play such a gigantic role in our fucking lives that, like, the fact that Andrew Tate got away for so long with saying shit like this when, like, this is like real incel, like, murder women bait, you know what I mean? Is yet again an indication that it's because he didn't look the part of an incel, you know what I mean?
That's a good point about like why like I think also somebody like him, when you get to do the like when you're doing like the incel like content creator like fuck women thing, and you have to look for just like what are the differentiating factors between you and everyone else. Literally just being the most aggro macho of them is actually probably like the only surefire way to continue to succeed in that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because like all the other variants of it have been like exhausted and tried out. You just have to be the biggest possible psycho imaginable.
Yeah. He's a psychotic misogynist that is entertaining. For me, it's engaging that he's such a psycho and that people actually think like this. Hasanabi does the right thing in pointing out his psychotic misogyny. So there's a violence. So there's a voice against all the love this incel king gets. Yeah. It is wild to see like just how fucking insane he gets, and it's also kind of sad and scary that so many people agree with what he's saying. Maybe not to that degree, you know what I mean? Like I think there's a funnel, right? He says the top of the line incel shit, which is like, oh, women are just not as powerful as men. Women can't do driving as well as men, or whatever the fuck, and that captivates a much broader audience of people who have like basic misogynistic takes from growing up in a patriarchal society and having that kind of like social conditioning built into their minds. Women can also have internalized misogyny in a similar capacity. That's why you see the pick-me ladies out there who are like, Andrew Tate is so smart, actually, because they're also part pick-me, part internalized misogyny, and part trying to fucking get in on the Andrew Tate SEO craze, right? And but then the more the further down the funnel you go, the more you see like his psychotic, Ed Kemper style takes on
Yes.
on women. He's like, the best way to deal with a woman is by killing your mother and then putting her head in a fridge and just leaving her body in the back of the house. That's the best way to do it. Ed Kemper, he was so smart. He's the one who did that, right? Didn't Ed Kemper do that?
I mean, he killed his mom.
He kills mom and cut her head off. No.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the one who hated mom.
Yeah.
I mean, they all hate mom, but he really hated mom.
Yeah. Mother's issue. Yeah. Mommy issues in men is like.
Yeah. I mean,
it leads to a lot of serial killers.
It would be kind of funny if it's just like Andrew Tate. What's his problem? He saw Psycho at too young of an age.
Yeah. No, he's wait, what is you should get Matt Bruning on People's Policy Project on to discuss his history. He's a Tate head.
Matt Bruning
is a Tate head. Matt Bruning loves two things: Norway, the Norwegian model, and Andrew Tate.
I'm texting that now because I do want to know if he's a Tate head.
What the fuck? It's like lots of good ideas. Oh, that's funny.
It's them like they're just silly little teenage girls, and he speaks to women like they're, young teenagers. I mean, you all know how he talks to teenagers.
It's fine. Like once you're 18, if you want to get yourself a real man, I know a guy.
You do?
I do, yeah. I do know a guy.
Who is it?
What? It's a long story. I can't tell you exactly who because there's bad things about him.
Yo, there's no fucking way you just said that. No. I actually overheard that. The fact that you fucking said that shit is
no
fucking
cap
crazy.
on God.
Underage girl saying that as soon as you're legal, honey, come to me. I'm a real man. I'll show you what to do.
So
comments that
top
Andrew has
groomer.
made online that got him into trouble in the
Yeah,
first
that was
place.
he was. That's after he said I was boring, and he was like, "You're boring. You're boring. You're boring. Get off the coal." He like that's when he had
he's like
that's when he had to get a 16-year-old to like fucking kick me off the call so we could get back to doing fun stuff like trying to making passes at a 16-year-old girlfriend. You're lame. You're boring. You're not letting me do grooming.
Were such things as
Not only should women clean up, women should clean up unprompted. I will not administer CPR unless you're a hot female.
If I have responsibility over her, then I must have a degree of authority. For the same reason, if I have responsibility over, and everyone's going to lose their mind, it's an example, it's only an analogy. If I have responsibility over a child, I have to have some authority. You cannot be responsible for something that doesn't listen to you. You can't be responsible for a dog if it doesn't obey you.
just a few little other nuggets to throw in there. He's also said and stated online that he likes to date 18 or 19-year-old girls so he can imprint on them. What originally caused Tate to lose his Twitter account back in the day was, and this on its own, just swipe everything else away. Everything he's ever said that's correct, everything that he's ever said that is just awful. This alone, one of his tweets back in the day that got his Twitter account removed was
dating Jordan Peterson's daughter. Come on, say it, okay? That alone is ban-worthy, all right? Only I get to date Jordan Peterson's daughter. I'm just kidding, okay? But that is real. Did you know that?
He dated Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, Michaela Peterson.
Them? I mean, that makes sense. That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Why didn't it happen before? I mean, I can imagine why it didn't last, but it makes sense that it happened.
Yeah, the real dragon of chaos.
that he said females that fall victim to rape should bear some of the responsibility for those actions being taken against them. What I assume he's trying to say is that they either dressed in a very revealing way, they behaved a certain way, they led a guy on and changed their mind. All this toxic shit that I hear guys say, oh, she's a cock teaser. Gentlemen, young boys growing up, I want you to listen to me and listen good. If a woman comes onto you and changes her mind, that's fine. Let her leave. Get over it and find someone else who does want to sleep with you. If a woman...
Look, I've talked about this a lot too. Have some self-respect, okay? You don't want to be with someone who doesn't value your time. You don't want to be with someone who doesn't treat you the way you deserve to be treated. Have some respect, okay? Don't be entitled. Absolutely. Obviously, that's a really good piece of advice to give to every guy. Every guy needs to hear this to a certain degree because there's like a sense of entitlement always. However, on top of that, respect yourself a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, there is no, like, if this person says, okay, I changed my mind, I don't want to have sex with you anymore, like, then what the fuck's wrong with you? You want to still fuck that person? That's terrible. You know, that person's not into it. If you can't have decency, have self-respect, okay?
Is dressed provocatively, if she's chosen to show cleavage, if she shows up to a nightclub fucking naked.
They're telling me don't rape, let me get a pencil? Yeah, unfortunately, you know, in a society where Andrew Tate is popping the fuck off, saying shit like what we've been watching, yes, that is actually a lesson that you need to teach people, okay? Yeah, unfortunately, that is a lesson.
Keep your hands to yourself. No woman chooses an outfit and goes out and thinks, I want to be sexually assaulted. I want to be groped.
Rapists will definitely hear that. Yeah, because rapists are just like rapists are just categorized as rapists, and they're not just like sometimes normal fucking dudes who are socially conditioned and literally think what they're doing is like kind of wrong, but not that wrong because society has told them it's right. You know what I mean? There are some people who haven't acted out on their fucking desires that could be taught an important lesson before they actually hurt someone. Okay? Especially young people.
I hope. Yeah, you might dress and think, guys do it. Oh, I might look nice tonight. I might, the ladies might look at me. That's fine. You want a bit of attention, that's fine. But the reason I don't go to nightclubs is because of dicks like him. I see it time and time again. There's
That's
nothing
why I
wrong with
also don't go to
approaching a lady at a
nightclubs.
club,
It's 'cause of
offering
Andrew
to buy a
Tate.
drink, getting to know her because she's pretty. We all know that this
No,
happens.
I mean the argument that he's like what he's saying is not necessarily untrue. Obviously, there's a lot of people like Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is not the singular being that is like he's not the final boss of misogyny. You know what I mean? He's not the CEO of misogyny. And then you take him out, and then all of a sudden, Misogyny Incorporated is gone, right? But because of that, yes, it is true. That like because of the way that a lot of dudes behave, and because of our puritanical constructs. Because of the way that women, because of objectifying women so relentlessly and telling what women can and can't do, women are not more comfortable to experiment with their own bodies. Women are not comfortable enough to just like trust dudes to be like, yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and be like, I'm going to hook up with this guy. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're scaring all the hoes. Okay. Number one, if you're behaving in like this weird incel way, I'll just use a terminology that maybe you can understand. One, you're scaring all the hoes, okay? Two, you're making it harder for yourself to get pussy down the line because of this reason, okay? So if you're not going to think about it from the perspective of like women being your peers, respect them, and see them as individuals worthy of respect, and seeing them as like human beings, like I said, then think about it from your own selfish desires. If you want to hook up with women, and everyone else is being fucking brutal and ruthless and mean and scary, then they're not going to. That's going to lead women to close off and not want to be comfortable because they want to fuck just like you do, but they can't express that because y'all are being fucking weird.
Happens, but for God's sake, no means no. Or just read the body language. If they're not into it, there's this whole culture of like, but if I push hard enough, she might change her mind. If she's gonna change her mind, then give her your number and she'll call you. Fucking leave them alone. And I cannot stress to the young lads in this audience, okay? Being a man is not how successfully you hit on a girl. Being a man, what does that even mean? Just be yourself and be respectful. The whole phrase, be a man, is something that should never be said to a young boy. Because that whole saying, be a man, if we put be a man in a tree and had it linked to all the meanings that means, be strong, be tall. Often when we're upset, we get patted. Be a man, meaning don't cry. Don't be vulnerable. Don't show any signs of emotion. Look, if you want to be a borderline rapist that talks to underage girls on the internet like that, and his philosophy on life is women aren't shit, and end up on your massive yacht rich and alone, fine. Go do it. The one thing with all the corresponding behavior that I've seen that stands out there is obey blindly.
You would be able to have a relationship with someone like that?
Good question. The best female I could possibly meet is a female who comes to me and says, I look at your life and look at what you've done, and I respect your achievements to the point where I obey you blindly.
Yeah.
I don't want her to have her own opinion. I don't want her to be an alpha. I want her to understand the Tate train is on the Tate track.
Bro, this is so boring. Like, it's just so fucking stupid. Like, you're not looking for a partnership. You're looking for a slave. Like, it's just ridiculous. No wonder he has so much fucking resentment. Like, he's just... Like that sucks. Anyone who wants that out of a partner is the most insecure person ever. And that's probably why they listen to Andrew Tate. And that's probably the reason why they're never going to get pussy anyway. Okay. You're never, even if you like accidentally end up duping someone into thinking that you're like actually a normal human being, you know, that's not going to be a long lasting relationship. You know what I mean?
You can get on and off the train, but the track is laid. The stations are already set, and you can do nothing but enjoy the ride or fuck off.
The one thing with all the corresponding behavior that I've seen.
Teachers are saying that 11-year-old boys are telling little girls you're fat and you use men for money. I work hard for my money. At 11, I work hard for my money. And it's like,
so dark,
bro,
man.
you're 11 years old. Shut the fuck up.
Good Lord.
Oh, that's kind of funny. Yeah, I saw that video too. Okay, send me that video. I got to see this.
That stands out there is obey blindly. Tate needs to date a corpse. His whole philosophy towards women is dangerous. And I can't prove it, but I really feel that this is the surface we're seeing. This is the very surface. And we're seeing...
What is this? This is the video. Let's go. Non-binary booty.
I'm a teacher, and I teach 6th grade. We've been in school for 3 days now, and within these 3 days, the amount of young 11-year-old boys that have told me that they love Andrew Tate is ridiculous. This man is really affecting the minds of young men. I had a boy today, 11, turn to a girl and tell her that she's fat. Women need to be thin. She sits at home and she eats all day. And that she's like every other girl in the world. And that she uses men to get money. And at least...
Bro, tater tots literally real, dude. 11-year-old boys are like, I work hard for my money. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. That's so fucked up.
That's so fucked, man.
I mean, but like the solution to this is not banning Andrew Tate. Even like the solution to this is just banning TikTok. Like we gotta do.
I was gonna say like this.
Like
is,
you have to.
This is what we're seeing. This is an argument against social media, not against Andrew Tate.
Yeah, you gotta Xi Jinping this shit. You know what I mean? Like,
my
if
God.
you're, yeah, automatically you're on TikTok for more than an hour, it magically turns into like museum broadcasts. Okay, like that's what we gotta do.
Yeah, you're only allowed to look at like fucking TikToks from the Natural History Museum and the Smithsonian.
Exactly, just straight up, no shot. Because remember, China released TikTok into the world and took internet away from Chinese kids. Yeah, smart. They're destroying everybody else. While they're like, yeah, if you're 11, you want to fucking be on the internet, fuck you. No, that's not happening. Turn into your broadcast, maybe some deprogramming. I mean, dude, I don't have that kind of reach, dude. You're crazy. The most I can do is like, you know, be myself and try to make being a normal human being that is not a gigantic piece of shit look decent and cool. Okay, that's it. But my reach is only so far and so broad reaching, especially when you're going up against like structural inequalities like misogyny. Okay, leaning onto that is always going to be much easier, especially when you can like present yourself as a bold truth teller. You know,
because you're literally telling people like, oh, this thing that you thought that actually, you know, was bad, you know, like giving into all of like your selfish, most like gratifying worst impulses. Actually, it's good. Like that's always gonna have, that will always have an appeal. I mean, that's the basis of his shtick and all other people like him.
Yeah.
At least he's a hardworking man and he works for his money.
He's 11.
I gotta say also, real credit to this teacher for really keeping back the laugh because she does know that it's fucked up, but also it's very funny.
Yeah. Hassan can't even get to the Sneeko kitties. You think he can get to the next gen? Bro, what do you mean the Sneeko kitties? Like his impact is marginal. If we're talking about that, then yes, I do have more. Of a broader audience, a far-reaching audience than fucking Sneeko, who's like just trying to eat away at the Andrew Tate meta a little bit. You know what I mean? He's like trying to desperately go after that meta. Would you be laughing if a white supremacist told a black kid they're subhuman and poor and they need to work harder for their money? If an 11-year-old was like, I'm a Nazi, and like and did that, yes, that would be kind of funny.
Yeah, that would be kind of funny.
Yeah, it'd be like, what are you? You're 11.
You're
Shut
11.
The fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. You're 11 years old. Yeah. I'm Sig Heiling. Like, no, you're not, bitch. You're 11. Shut up.
You're 11. You like you
don't know
born.
anything.
You were born in the 2010s.
Yeah. Like. Anyway.
They're 11. Okay. You need to be aware of what your kids are watching because this is ridiculous and it's really affecting kids, young kids. It's disgusting. So
Things are allowed to be more than one thing at once? What do you mean? What? The funny part isn't what they're saying, Chowder. The funny part is that they're 11. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't like, ha ha. He said, get back to the kitchen, a joke that we've heard a million times over, okay? Like, that's not the funny part, okay? The funny part is that it's an 11-year-old saying that.
An 11-year-old.
I work hard for my money.
Yeah, it's like a kid who's like playing with magic cards, like, you know, telling a girl, like, I'm sorry, I grinded for this view.
Yeah. That's Sigma grind set. Bro, at 11, I barely had a cognitive thought. She was caveman brain. Yeah, that's why this shit appeals. Like, that's why this shit has so much staying power in the minds of fucking 11-year-olds. You know what I mean? Okay, 11-year-old tells you why you could never buy a woman a watch. Okay, all right. Let's get back. Let's finish this video.
Cracks, and his mouth is big, and he tries to cover it up with donating to charities. Recently, today
Like
on his
Jimmy
Instagram,
Savile?
he posted he was going to donate to a women's charity of abuse victims. I don't buy it, Tate. I don't buy it. I believe you moved to Romania.
The charity directly is like the Andrew Tate Victims Compensation Fund.
Yeah, I was about to say that's what it is. Like, he calls it a charity and a foundation, but really it's a court-ordered agreement.
Yeah, it's a class action lawsuit.
They had to go to a class action because it's literally like 1,000 women. Everyone, it's like they'll start running commercials that'll be like, are you a woman who knows somebody that's consumed Andrew Tate content? Contact this lawyer.
Yeah, exactly. He's just trying to get it out. Oh, man.
Because of the reasons you said you moved there. And I quote, I'm not
Thank you,
rapist,
a small talk over the
but
5
I like
gifted
the
subs.
idea that I can get away with anything. And then he goes on to say this.
Why do you choose to live there?
In Romania,
Yeah, I know you have like businesses and things going on there, but why there?
there's something that very much angers me about the Western world. I like living in countries where corruption is accessible for everybody.
You moved from England because there were allegations and you were being arrested on suspicion of rape. I know that to be a fact, Andrew. This man and his behavior, okay? And pay attention because this is the point where people are going to come back to this video in some time and rewind or fast forward to this point. When he is caught out in Romania, everyone will see. I'm not a rapist, but I like the idea of being able to get away with whatever the hell I want. Can't see it. This man, he can't help but let shit out. And that aside, all that shit that you can say meh about, the stuff that he has literally said, the stuff that he is coaching young men to say, the way we have physically with our own eyes seen him treat women, we are not stupid. I believe, it is my personal opinion, that he has moved to Romania so he can get away with a lot of the dark shit that we haven't seen yet. And we will. Tate, you're your own worst enemy. Your mouth is too big.
I've said this too,
much. And your donations to charity and your panicky behavior, because you've blown up on the internet and everything you've said has come to light and you're now being investigated, get ready because it's not going to end there. You need to be stopped. Your dangerous philosophies need to be stopped. I don't give a shit how powerful you are. I don't give a shit how much money you have. I don't care if you have a pair of nunchucks and you stand half naked on the end of your boat where no one gives a shit and twirl them around all day. Keep twirling. You say you crush and...
I think he's really weak. Like, I'm also texting Felix about this exact same fucking thing at this very moment, but Felix is a bit of a Tate head. I can't speak on Matt Brunick, but Felix has known about Tate for a while as well. And not XQC, no. Everyone always says XQC when I say Felix. No, Felix Biederman of the Chapo Trap House podcast. Okay,
Wait, not PewDiePie?
No, not PewDiePie. PewDiePie. But he is weak. Like, the slight bit of pushback that he got from me caused him to fucking crumble like a napkin. You know what I mean? He's just like a used napkin. He was like, he literally, his body language changed when he was talking to Aiden and like talking shit. Like, oh, the Hassan guy, he's boring. The slight bit of pushback that he got a pushback from Facebook. And for a guy who regularly claims that he's like above the matrix, he doesn't care about this online shit. He has real world shit going on. He immediately ran to Aiden Ross's stream to once again fucking talk to as broad of an audience as he possibly could. Because I think, like, here, I'll just say it. I think Andrew Tate has been on this platform for a while. He's been on Twitch for a while. No one gives a shit when he's live, except for like maybe 5 of the fucking degenerate weirdos in my community that go and find that shit and then literally tell me when he's live. And I never actually watch. I haven't watched it, but it's not. I can't tell if it's a fan page or not. But like there are places where he actually has like broadcasts, right? He actually broadcasts on his own, but that is tiny. That's marginal. Like his own influence when he has his own. He responded right away to this DAZ guy and just said he's fat. Of course. Okay. Well, yeah, obviously. Basically, what ends up happening when he does this shit on his own is like not a lot of people watch. That's why he has to go to people like Aiden. That's why he has to like immediately run to them and you know lick his wounds. Aiden had 120K views with Tate, and then he left. He only had 70K just saying. No, I do. I recognize that. I know. When you put two concepts together, all of a sudden it's like a mutually beneficial relationship. But you also have to remember, Nico rode Tate to the taint so hard he got filled with 300K subs in the past 30 days. Yes, Andrew Tate is good for your SEO, okay? It's good for your SEO. But Andrew Tate alone, without someone like Aiden Ross, is not going to reach the same fucking outlet that he could get with Aiden Ross. The reason why I say that, SEO, okay?
Search engine optimization.
Exactly. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, he recognizes that, and he's like legitimately fucking fearful that if he starts getting banned off of all these platforms, he's no longer going to have a marketing tool to market his many different schemes that he's marketing to young people.
This reminds me of Milo.
Yeah.
Like, where it's like, because I remember, like, one time I wrote a story about him, and among others, he got kicked off something, and I remember he called me, and he was very annoyed about, his whole, like, to-do. And the thing that was really clear to me then, and then sort of only became increasingly clear afterward, was that, yeah, every platform that he got kicked off of, it was just, like, his lifeblood was gone. He lost the ability to generate, he's not Trump. He can't, like... He doesn't have like a set of...
He's not even like Alex Jones. Like Alex Jones has his own properties. Like he had fucking Infowars and shit. Like he had... And he never lost like his broadcasting contracts on AM radio. He still was able to reach to exactly what his target audience was. But without being on the internet, Andrew Tate can't reach 12-year-olds and 11-year-old boys.
Also,
okay?
I will say like something that like, yes, he's like being made into a phenomenon and stuff, sure. But like, it also isn't like a good thing, truthfully. Like, it does have diminishing returns when the thing that you are famous for is that literally everyone hates you. Like, if it seems that like all the content that's coming out about him and that people are responding is to be like, damn, this guy's too far, even for me.
But it wasn't like that, is what I'm saying. Like, now I'm not tooting my own fucking horn here. I don't think it was just me, but there was a pivotal turning point in Andrew Tate's career. I just happened to be one of the people that recognized it, saw that he was blowing up, and was first to market, I guess. XQC also did it as well. You know what I mean? Like, we were some of the few people that like saw this guy blowing the fuck up and was like, wait a minute, this guy's like talking insane shit. You know what I mean? Like, he's talking about insane shit. Everyone's saying XQC was first. Okay, guys. I mean, I was familiar with him. I had the opportunity to talk to him, and I did. I know. Like, but even fucking Dave Portnoy and shit were realizing that this dude was like insane.
Yeah.
And decided to... Your debate came right as a big wave of YouTube takedowns came out. No, my debate came right before a lot of YouTube takedowns came out. But the point is, he was getting a lot of praise, or at least people were just only talking about or at least people were only talking about him from the perspective of like, yeah, he's a fascinating guy. He's joking, right? He's kind of joking, right? Do you understand? Like even Your Mom's House, right? Isn't that, I don't know, the Tom Segura podcast which was like a big fucking thing, which like blew him up a lot. They didn't actually fully investigate everything that he was doing, and they were more so just like making fun. Excuse, you got cornered and you came the next day with a bat. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like I think aesthetically I had a better position than XQC did. That's the main reason, because a lot of his fucking fan base is like stupid. Not excuses, I'm saying like Andrew Tate's. So YMH just laughs at the memes, doesn't look into stuff as much. Exactly. And that's fine. And that's fine. I'm not even, there is a place for that. But basically they were just like looking at him as a fascinating individual, and especially because he's entertaining, they didn't really like address some of the shit that he was saying. Right? That was like a lolcow for Tom Segura, which then turned into this like behemoth that even he could not have foreseen, in my opinion. And then he went on a sequence of Twitch streams, and he was like blowing up every single person that he was on the broadcast with. So ultimately, that turned him into like this, debating champion as well, until people started looking further into his background, and now everyone is just like eating his ass nonstop.
Defeat all your enemies. How are you going to crush yourself? By running your mouth. Let's put everything outside that we think about him, and let's just put on the table for now what we've seen and what we know. That's enough. That's enough. Like I say, shrink it down to that one tweet about how rape victims need to bear some responsibility for them being raped. I don't care how young you are. I don't care what gender you are. If you're a human, any support going to someone who is capable of thinking like that. With what women are saying, and I can't go into too much detail, what women are saying to me, coming forward with evidence, are saying to me, there's a man out there tweeting that these victims need to bear some responsibility. To me, that just screams of a man who's trying to justify what he's doing. This man is a pig. And I've reviewed many pigs in my time, but this is the worst. And I have never had to have phone calls with women, and I can hear it in their voice. This man has been a pig to them. Even the ones, I believe, the ones that have come forward and said, oh, we're just laughing, that was our relationship. I believe they've just had to say that because they're scared. This is often why a lot of cases don't get resolved or thrown out, because there's lack of evidence or their word against theirs. And I understand it. Our justice system for sexual assault needs more work. And all these allegations being brought against him, and women still coming out of the woodwork, because now imagine if he is the guy that these women are saying he is. I can't prove it, but imagine he is, and then you're trying to live your life, and then all of a sudden you cannot get rid of the image of this man. He's everywhere now, and we're putting him there. And even to some degree, I know this video is giving him more attention, but I'm not doing it the way other YouTubers have reacted to him, laughing at him, passing it off. I cannot understand that we still live in a society where we cannot see why this man is disturbed, why the things he is saying, real or not, is besides the point. Whether he can kick my ass or not is besides the point. Whether he's richer than me is besides the fucking point. This is not how you behave. It's not how you treat people. And I don't know how many more women are going to contact me. I don't know how many more accusations are going to be made. But all I know is, and if Tate's got nothing to hide, more investigation needs to be done into this man. Someone needs to be looking into this guy out in Romania, at why he has chosen to live there and why he's open.
He's doing the same thing. More people know about 18 now. Dude, stop. You can't be this fucking brain dead, man. You can't be this fucking brain dead. I'm sorry. I hate that, like, people refuse to comprehend the difference between someone being like, hey, this is all the fucking accusations against this guy, This is him, presenting himself very openly as like a violent person against women. And someone being like, bro, you're the king, you're the top G, okay? Shut the fuck up. And when more people are actually promoting him as the top G, this kind of pushback is not even just good. It's necessary, okay? It's not platforming. Holy shit, dude. Please. I hate when CNN platforms Al-Qaeda. Yeah, literally. The reason why we yell at CNN having like Richard Spencer on is not because CNN is having Richard Spencer on. It's because Richard Spencer is irrelevant in the grand scheme of things when CNN has Richard Spencer on, and CNN is offering a much larger platform to Richard Spencer. This motherfucker's already everywhere. You might not have seen him because algorithms are very insular and they push you down certain... Fuck yes. Woo! Got him, bitch. Okay. Because algorithms are echo chambers. They create echo chambers on the internet. We know this. We've talked about this a million times over. Okay? So you've never heard of him. So this is the first time you hear of him and you're like, oh, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? This guy, he's platforming him. This is the first time I've heard of this guy. But it doesn't matter. If you look at the SEO results, if you look at like Google Trends, this dude is popping up everywhere, okay? Popping up everywhere, like the top of the hour, where there's a 6-second ad break. And if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you get one free Prime subscription a month, which you can use on your favorite top G, your favorite streamer, okay? Hopefully that's me. Or you can get gifted a sub. Chance Not the Rapper, thank you for the 5 gifted. Chance Not the Rapper, thank you for the 10 gifted, actually. Allowing 10 people to no longer see the ads. Here's the 1-minute ad break now.
Openly on camera said he just wants to play the corruption game and get away with it with his wealth. I don't think it stops at speeding tickets. Pressing, scummy shit that he says about women. They can't fight. They shouldn't fight back. They should obey blindly. I'm stronger than you. I'm more powerful than you. I'm richer than you. You are a vessel for a child and a seed, and that is everything that you should be, and to be anything but you're selfish. Put all of those things in a sentence. String them together, and you may as well crown it you're nothing. And tell me you don't think that these women coming forward might hold some truth. I have other clips. I have clips of him on a train being insulting to a lady. I don't know you, Tate, and I don't want to know you. All I can do is review footage and react to what you've put out there. And as for everything else, I hope that it all comes to light and we find out the truth about you. Those saying, what is DAZ going to do? For all the Andrew Tate fans coming at me saying, what's this fat little YouTuber going to do? This isn't just saying some insensitive shit online. This isn't leaving your keys in the car. Oh, little mistake. This is just years of destructive and abusive behavior, and we're filming it and laughing at it. What am I going to do? I'm going to listen to those people. And I am going to give them a platform to come forward. Because that's what being human's about. I don't have to know you to listen to you. I don't have to know Tate to know that this is wrong. This is all wrong. It's not funny. It's not a meme.
Just smoke a cigarette?
No.
Oh. I thought you lit one up on your way out.
No.
Never mind.
It's not worthy of a diss track. This is real. This is a man saying and doing these things, and people are giving him a microphone and airtime to do it, whilst paying into his business to learn how to be a G. I don't want to watch.
All right, we're done. This is a good video. It's one by DAZ Watches Andrew Tate. It already has 4.2 million views by DAZ Games. I recommend you check it out and all of his other videos as well if you like. Hasan is feeling the relapse. What relapse? I'm not excusing Tate. I wonder if he's extremely violent, talks from the CTE from his kickbox days. No, I think he was always like kind of a fucking weirdo. Anyway, JRE, Joe Rogan Experience had Tim Dillon, and also there's a Jordan Peterson